that moment when everything goes sideways while traveling. You're tired. You don't speak the language of the country you're in. Your phone's cutting in and out. You're being watched, and you're at the wrong airport. That was me in China with my mom and my brother trying to get home in May. And in that moment, when panic or agitation could have taken over, I reached into my backpack and pulled out something I knew would help us navigate this situation. This is episode 2 of my Natural First Aid Travel Kit series. If you missed episode 1, I talked about a remedy I never travel without, one that's great for prevention, circulation, combating digestive issues, and food reactions. But today, we're talking about emotional rescue, literally. This past May of 2025, my mom and I spent 2 incredible weeks in China visiting my brother Luke, who lives there. We explored ancient sites, major cities, Tibetan villages, national parks, hopped on and off flights within the country of China, soaking up the culture. But at the end of our trip, as we were making our way back to the States, something went wrong. So we were in Chengdu trying to catch a flight to Shanghai and then a flight back home to the United States. And somehow, I'm looking at you, Luke, we ended up at the wrong airport. Not just like a few minutes off, the other airport was like over an hour away. We were not making that flight, right? We were standing there in the wrong airport, exhausted. This is the end of our trip, right? We're being monitored by security guards and we're trying to figure out what to do. And that's when I remembered I had rescue remedy in my backpack. I gave a dose to each of us preventatively. And while the situation stayed intense as we tried to figure everything out, we all stayed grounded. We stayed present. We were able to respond instead of react. Not one heightened or anxious reaction out of any of us. And we can kind of be more of a anxious family, so that's amazing. Story doesn't end there. So we got another flight out of that wrong airport, and honestly, that flight was the scariest flight I have ever been on in my life, and I'm a seasoned traveler. We were like sliding through the air on a foreign airline in a foreign country, no idea what's happening. Even though that flight was scary, Rescue Remedy held us. It didn't sedate us. It doesn't numb you. So it didn't numb us. This is not what this herbal remedy does. It's more like a gentle, energetic hug that says like, you're safe. You can handle this. That's what I get from it. So Rescue Remedy is a blend of 5 flower essence developed by Dr. Edward Bach in the 1930s. I love this guy. So Bach was a British physician who left his conventional medicine practice to explore the emotional roots of illness. He believed that healing required harmony between the mind and spirit, and that nature held the keys to this. Remember, this guy was a conventional medical doctor who saw flaws in the current system he was in, and he saw the keys in nature. So what did Bach do? He leaves his medical practice and began spending time in nature, guiding by the belief that the emotional imbalance was the root of physical illness. He would walk through fields and forests, attuning himself to the energetic qualities of the plant. When he felt a strong emotional reaction to a particular flower, such as peace or clarity or courage, he would collect it and begin experimenting. Bach developed a method of capturing the flower's energetic imprint by placing fresh blooms in spring water and exposing them to sunlight. Here's some mother essence I made of zinnia and calendula flower essence, which I did following this very method. Bach then tested these essences on himself and others, observing how they affected various emotional states. Rescue Remedy is probably his most famous blend. It was created as a crisis formula, a combination of 5 flowers he found consistently helpful in moments of panic or trauma or emotional overwhelm or acute stress. So there are 5 flowers that Rescue Remedy is made from. The first one is rock rose. The next one is impatience. Then we have clematis. We have star of Bethlehem, and we have cherry plum, with each flower targeting a different emotional state. So they each have a different purpose, but together they create a formula that helps you stay calm, helps you stay centered, clear-headed, especially in stressful moments or moments of crisis. It's not a sedative. It does not override your system. You will not get sleepy on this. All it does is gently support your emotional field so you can respond with grace. And for travelers, especially those prone to anxiety or maybe sensory overload, things like this are a game changer. It's flowers. And travel is so beautiful, but it's also a lot of work and can be hard on the body and mind. You are out of your routine. You're navigating foreign systems. You're often eating a completely different diet than what you're used to. And sometimes, and very often, things go wrong while traveling. That's why I never leave home without Rescue Remedy. It's one of those natural essentials that belong in every Earth Schooler's travel kit. If you've ever had a travel meltdown or you just want to preventatively prepare for potential stressful travel situations, this is your ally. Rescue Remedy is your ally. In episode 3, we're going to go deeper into my natural first aid travel kit, so make sure you're subscribed. And if you've tried Rescue Remedy before and have some feedback about it, drop a comment below. Have a good week.